So, hello everybody. How are you guys doing? Hopefully, absolutely amazing. The roosters and the goats would agree. I am here today, as promised, making another video as I'm cleaning things up from Hurricane Milton and redoing things with a super banana or a super plantain. You get it there because you already saw that the title. I'm so good, aren't I? This is one of my favorite plantains. This is the Dwarf Super plantain. It is not the Super Dwarf plantain. It is a Dwarf Super plantain. Don't mix that up. And everybody loves plantains, right? We all love bananas. Plantains are bananas. And if you look in the rest of the world, plantains and bananas aren't really separated by much. They're all called bananas, or they're all called plantains, plantanos, or whatever you want to call them. And only here in the USA do we really have a very distinct line between bananas, which we consider sweet eating fruits, and plantains, which are cooking fruits. We're the only ones that really make such a harsh, hard distinction. Because all over the rest of the world, whether it's a banana, a sweet banana, they're boiled and cooked and used green, just like plantains are. And ripe plantains, depending where you are, get nice and sweet, and they're eaten just like bananas here. So, it's just a what's the term? Namoculture. I think it's got a term for it. Don't trust my intelligence here, guys. But anyway, I need to go check on something. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. This video is going to be longer than 5 minutes. Watch. But what was I talking about? I've been away for about 15 minutes. Sorry. Banana names. Plantains are bananas, and they're used interchangeably throughout the world, except here in the U.S. Watch the first bit of the video there. But anyway, Dwarf Super plantain. As the name implies, it is a dwarf. Most plantains, we're here in the U.S., so we'll differentiate between bananas and plantains, okay, guys? Bananas being sweet, fresh eating, plantains generally being cooked, okay? Even though, like I discussed earlier. But anyway, most plantains get fairly large, 10 plus feet. Even though some of them grow very fast, they still can be very, very large plants. So when you've got a dwarf, i.e., like the Dwarf Super here, it's you can jam it in that little smaller spot. These you can actually even grow in very large pots. I do have people that have sent me pictures of these fruiting in large pots. You grow them in greenhouses farther up north, so you've got more of a leeway with them being dwarves. And they only get about 6 to 8 feet. There's always a range there. But these can, when they're happy, easily fruit at about 6 feet tall. And then the super part comes because these are a sport of the super plantain, which was, I believe, a sport. All right, this is hard to suss out, talking from collectors and breeders of bananas and everything. There's the giant plantain. And then there was a sport from the giant plantain called the super plantain. And then there was a sport of the super plantain called the Dwarf Super plantain. Okay? That seems to be what I can tell from really digging into it and talking to people. I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not. I don't know. The other version is that this is a sport of the dwarf Puerto Rican plantain, which I don't know. But the dwarf Puerto Rican plantain, even though it's a dwarf, does not have as large of fruit as the Dwarf Super, does not have as large of a bunch as the Dwarf Super, and does not ripen and grow as fast as the Dwarf Super. Just so you know. Though the dwarf Puerto Rican, in my opinion, is a little better towards frying. It tastes a little better It's got more of a nutty flavor when you cook it that way. Just putting that out there. But yeah, past our 5 minutes. Darn, guys. Hopefully I've still got your attention. But the Dwarf Super plantain here, like I said, only gets to about 6 to 8 feet tall. And the bunches can be anywhere from 40, 50 to about 80 pounds, which is a beautiful sized bunch, guys. And these are full sized plantains. They're not small plantains. These are full foot plus long plantains that can easily be a pound each. So it's a full sized plantain. And they're great for boiling. I like to boil these. If you like mashed plantain, these come out really good boiling. They don't get as, what am I looking for? They don't get as gummy as some of the other plantains that are better for frying because you need to remove that moisture. These are a bit firm yellow flesh, so they're better for boiling because they're not as moist to begin with. And this is all my opinion, but this is, going by what I think. So they're good for boiling. Of course, they're amazing for frying, making plantain chips. And if you let them get ripe, there are some Iolenas that I like to get ripe and do this with, but the plantains, I like to take these, let them get nice and yellow and ripe, and you literally just throw them on the coals on a fire, guys, or on your grill. Let it heat up, get a little char on it, and then you peel it, and you put cinnamon on it, guys, or some other spices, some nutmeg, and then if you really want to go far, you put some ice cream. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hungry. Super good. But really delicious. And as with all plantains, they don't sucker very much. That is why plantains can be such a pain in the rear to actually propagate outside of tissue culture and everything. And by the way, hint, hint, that's also why a lot of the bananas out of the FHI breeding program don't really sucker and propagate well. It's because they've got plantains bred into them to increase the size of the fruit. Just a little tidbit of knowledge there for you. That's why they don't propagate very well on their own. And that's same with this Dwarf Super here. They will give you sometimes a 1-for-1 sucker, maybe a 1 for fruit, and then you'll get 2 suckers off of it if you're lucky. But definitely worth growing, guys. They're super productive for their size. You'll have a 6, 7, 8 foot plant with a 70, 80 pound bunch on it, easily 10 plus hands. I think we had one last year. None of them survived this year. They all blew over in the storm. But last year, 2023, I think we had a Dwarf Super with 16 hands on it, which was pretty freaking awesome. And that was pushing probably a 100-pound bunch. I don't remember. I didn't weigh it, but beautiful. Tons of hands, super large fruits. And like I said, bananas, plantains, interchangeable. These guys are amazing cooked. They're really good when you let them ripen up. And they've got a bit of a shorter stature, so you can grow them in more places, guys. So don't leave plantains out. I know, going crazy over bananas, but you got to remember plantains are bananas. And you should definitely grow a Dwarf Super plantain. So I'm going to leave you right there. We're already over time budget, but that's all right. Grow food, guys. Grow super easy, delicious, super productive plants. And the Dwarf Super plantain. Yeah. Grow it on your patio up north. You got a pool house or a screened-in, glassed-in pool area. Grow it in the corner, guys. Grow some food there. Put it in a big 20, 30, 40-gallon pot, one that you can move with a cart or something or put wheels under it. These will grow in there. You can't beat that. So, grow that food. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Let me know what you think and get a hold of me if you have any questions or would like anything. And as always, keep growing that food, guys, because it's the most powerful, amazing thing you can do. Now, I got to get to potting these up And then next year, I'm going to be redoing everything. We're going to remaster the garden beds. We're going to redo fruit trees. Everybody is going to be getting moved around and replanted. So we're propagating and moving everything right now. So stay tuned for some future videos. Hope you got something out of it. Love you. See you later.